to Lala's Vegan Life. Today we are making some baby food. Woohoo! We are actually going to be making our baby food in these reusable pouches I got. These little guys called Nature's Little Squeeze. There's been a lot in the news recently about baby pouches and pre-made baby food that you can buy in the store having a lot of toxic metals in it and stuff that's just like not very good for your baby to eat. We've been pretty much doing baby-led weaning so far, which is where your baby like holds a soft, mashable food in their hand and eats it themselves, feeds themselves. But I did like using the pouches sometimes because they're just really convenient, and like if we're out somewhere and he's not in his high chair, then it's just better if he can use his pouch because he doesn't have to be sitting in a high chair, and it's just convenient. So after reading that news, I decided, probably like many other parents, to not use those store-bought pouches anymore and to try to make my own. And thankfully there are a bunch online that you can buy. I'll link the ones that I got in the description. I just wanted to show you guys some of the combinations I'm coming up with and how I'm making the baby food. So we're going to make a few different things here. You saw my ingredients. So let's get right into it. So first I'm going to prep all my veggies, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to get some water boiling. I have 2 pots so that I can do more things at once, and then I've also got my Instapot over here that I will be steaming stuff in. The first thing I'm going to get going are these beets because they take the longest to steam. So I'm going to throw those in the Instapot and get those ready, and then get these other babies ready to go. Okay, so I put my beets in there whole. I just cut off the tops. And I like to cook them whole because then the whole skin just like slides off when you're done with it. So it's in there, it's gonna steam. I'm gonna shoot for, I think, 15 minutes. For me, sometimes it varies with beets. I kind of have to it's like trial and error, so we'll see. We're gonna do 15 minutes and we'll see how those turn out. So next, I'm going to just chop up this squash and get this ready to go in the Instapot after the beets. Okay, and lastly, to prepare, I'm just going to peel my potatoes, my apples, and my carrots. You don't need to watch that, that's boring. Boom, all done. So I'm gonna chop these up now, and the water's boiling, and we'll just throw them on in. That's pretty much all the prep it takes. Now we just basically wait for the things to cook, boil, and steam, and then we're gonna blend it up. Just in case I don't use all of it, I'm gonna cut these into baby-led weaning sizes so that if I do have any extra that's not going into the pouches and needing to be pureed, then I have some finger-shaped sizes to give him. So the apples, I'm just going to throw in with the sweet potato because we're blending them together anyways, and I can tell them apart easily. Carrots are going in a smaller pot on their own. Ow! Does anyone have like a better way of putting things into boiling water without like, you know, splashing water into your face? Let me know. Alright, got my squashy in there. So I'm gonna try this steaming at, I think, maybe like 5 to 7 minutes is what it said online. Let's see if that works. Okay, so my beets are done. So I'm just gonna peel off the skin here. Super easy now. And pro tip, if you're using beets for your little one, use the golden beets because red beets, they are great, but they're very, very messy, and the golden beets aren't as bad. Yes, I've learned that the hard way. So my beets are good to go. I'm just gonna cut them into like little quarters here. I rinsed them one more time just because beets can get pretty dirty. And since I left the skin on to cook, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any dirt on the beet part itself. And again, some of these I probably won't use now, so I'll just probably save whatever I have left over from this stuff so that I can use it for Marshall for other meals like lunches, or he's still going to be pretty much eating what we eat for our meals with baby-led weaning. That's what you're supposed to do. But there are times where like he can't eat a certain thing because it has too much salt or whatever. So I have like little extra things usually prepared for him that I can just grab and give him some so he has his food to eat while we eat ours. Totally forgot I wanted to use some peas too, so I threw some peas in with my carrots. Yeah, I'm not about like extra dishes, so why not combine when you can? Okay, everything is cooked, so let's get to mixing it all together. So I'm going to be using my Vitamix blender. You can use whatever blender you have. The foods are pretty soft at this point, so you really just want them to like combine and turn into purees. So blender, food processor, whatever you've got. And the first combination I'm gonna do is apple, spinach, and sweet potato. So I'm just gonna do like a little handful of spinach. Okay, now I'm adding in probably about like 1 out of the 2 of my apples. Now a big spoonful of sweet potato. The good thing about this is like you can look at the consistency when it's done, and if you want to add any more of one particular thing, you can throw it in. So I don't feel like you need to measure so much as you just need to eyeball it and see what looks good to you. Cool, so my husband left the blender on the highest setting, so I just turned it on and it was like really too loud. Let's try that again. So, because it's a small amount of food in your blender, I do end up having to like scrape the sides a lot, but yeah, it's not so bad. And I've got my soy milk here because basically if there's anything that isn't getting like soft or pureed enough, I will add a little bit of soy milk. I've got this soy milk from Trader Joe's. It is just water and organic soybeans. And it's got 9 grams of protein, so that's good for our babies. All right, here's that combo. Kind of looks like cheese. I'm gonna pour it into my little pouch thingy. So basically, you put the lid on and then it opens at the bottom and you can just pour it straight in here and fill them up. They're freezable, BPA free, dishwasher safe, all the good stuff. All right, and I kept making the mistake of overfilling them at first, so this time I'm not gonna do that. I would only fill it up like 3/4 of the way because then you kind of have to like squish it closed. And then, yeah, some of it comes out at the top. But there you go. And I like them because you can see what's in there. Okay, now we are gonna do our second combo of sweet potatoes and bananas. For pouch number 3, we are gonna do mango, carrots, and some beets. And I'm using frozen mangoes. Ta-da! You can't see that. Rookie mistake over here. I forgot to put the cap on first. Hee hee. All right, next up we're doing acorn squash, chickpeas, apples, and a little bit of hemp seed. I like to throw in hemp hearts, I guess. I like to throw in hemp hearts or chia seeds just to throw in some added nutrition here and there. The last one we're gonna make today is just going to be a big smoothie, which I'm gonna make extra of so that I can have some too. So to my smoothie, I'm putting in bananas, putting in 2 bananas because I've got to use up some bananas around here and I'm making enough for all of us. Frozen blueberries, more spinach, soy milk, chia seeds. Marshall's tried almonds already and he's good with them, but we actually ran out of almond butter and I only have peanut butter and he hasn't tried peanut butter yet. My husband's allergic to peanuts, so that one I want to be a little more cautious about. So I'm gonna just hold off on the nut butter for tonight because we're out of any other kind, but normally I'd probably put some in there. You can feel free to do that, but it's also just as good if you leave it without. That's it. There's all my little packets that I made. Sorry, it got dark at my house, so the lighting is bad now. Here's a semi-better view. I like they have this little thing here that says, this little squeeze belongs to, and you can put your baby's name, but I think I'm actually just gonna write what these are. Yeah, so I don't forget what's in them. But for the extra stuff, I have these little Wee Sprout containers, same brand as my pouches, but they're super great. You can put stuff in them, freeze them, put them in the fridge, put them in the microwave because they're glass. So I just put the extras in there, and then when he's done with these, I will just refill them with this stuff from the freezer. Like, I'll let it thaw and then refill it into this, and then he can have another squeezy or something like that. And I also have this little ice cube tray from Wee Sprout too. I don't know where the lid is, but the lid is somewhere. I will find it. And I just put them, they're like 1 ounce cubes, I think. So once they are frozen, I can just pop them out, fill up a few into my little pouches, and we're good to go. So thanks for watching. I hope that you guys found this helpful and maybe got some ideas for your own pouch combinations. I really love these, and what I love the most is that I know what's in them and I'm not afraid of like there being like extra heavy metals, toxins, or whatever in these pouches. So I feel good about it, and I think you will too. And if I wasn't filming, this would have gone a lot faster for me, but really it didn't take that long. It probably took me about an hour. So if I spend like an hour or so a week meal prepping these for him, then he just has like packets ready to go. It could probably even take me less than an hour if I like hustled. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you want to see more like it, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. I hope that you're having a great day wherever you are in the world, and with that I leave you with a friendly goodbye.